news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say it's even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls.
Good morning, North. Today is Wednesday, February 8th. Go to all your odd classes today.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There are no birthdays today.
Here are today's after-school activities. Remember to get a green pass from a team teacher. Kirkwood Junior's volleyball camp begins at the end of March. Registration is open. Go to kirkwoodjuniorsvolleyball.com to register.
8th grade girls and boys basketball teams both play at Truman Middle School today. The girls' game is at 3:30 and the boys' tip-off is at 4:30 at NKMS. Show up and root for our 8th graders. This week's theme Thursday is to wear the colors of the team that you want to win the Super Bowl.
Wear red or yellow for the Chiefs and green and blue for the Eagles. Your lunch options for today are pizza, pancakes, and classic American cheeseburger.
Hi, I'm Kendall.
I'm Izzy.
And I'm my brother's sister.
We are doing a story on the behind the scenes of how they make the lunch,
The effort they put into it.
And the experience.
and how good the food is.
Chef's kiss. Mwah.
I'm here with
Julie Summers, and I'm the cook at North Kirkwood Middle School.
I have some questions that I'm going to ask her. So how do you decide what you are going to cook?
So we have a menu, and we follow the menu every month, and a lot of our items will rotate because it's very popular with the students.
Why did you go into the food industry?
So I went into the food industry because I have a lot of food allergies, and I wanted to help students and make food accessible for everybody.
What time do you start cooking and what time do you stop cooking?
So I come in every day at around 8:30, and we typically start cooking around 9 o'clock, and that's when we'll put things like the burgers or the chicken sandwiches in, things that you have to build and require more work. And then we continue cooking all the way until the last lunch, so about 1 o'clock is when we stop, because we cook fresh in between the lunches so students get fresh food.
And how do you like working at NKMS?
I like working here a lot. It's very fast paced and it's definitely a good experience.
Have you made any friends throughout the experience, or are there any people that you've met?
Yes, I've met quite a few people. So I'm a rotating lead. So I've been at quite a few of the Kirkwood schools, and I've met quite a bit of great employees, and the custodian and the staffs at all the school are just wonderful.
Thank you.
My daddy always loved telling me about his pigskin dreams. Even as a little boy, he'd say, I had all kinds of dreams, and I was always somebody's hero. And I'd say, now I'm a little boy, and you're everybody's hero. And my dad would smile. Sometimes there'd be the beginning of tears in his eyes. I didn't know why then, but now I do. It's hard to stay a hero, especially when everybody's just sort of waiting for you to fumble the ball or miss a pass or start yelling at people when you never were the kind of guy to yell before.
Good morning, North. Hope you're ready for a wonderful Wednesday. So in keeping with our theme this week and also our theme of our previous couple of days and the theme of focusing on national figures in Black history, today we're going to focus on something called perseverance. And I think that perseverance is best embodied by an MLK quote that says, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And that's a powerful statement by Dr. King about the power of perseverance, about the power of pushing on despite the obstacles and difficulties that lie ahead. And what we'll see is that throughout history and Black History Month, throughout African American history, which is also part of U.S. history, and pretty much any history that we've seen, we're going to see several people that have perseverance as their goal, or not the goal, but the way they overcome obstacles. And so I think it's important that we understand perseverance. And so I'm going to offer this chance if anybody wants to pause for a second or whatever to talk. And so we talked about a quote that embodies the definition of perseverance, but let's define perseverance. So perseverance is defined as the persistence in doing something despite the difficulty or delay in achieving success. And we can even break that down a little bit more. It's basically continuing to move forward despite difficult situations or whatever. And perseverance applies in a wide variety of situations. And in order to highlight that, what I would like to do is share with you a story of a woman who had to persevere. And so what we're going to look at is this African-American woman by the name of Shirley Anita Chisholm. And Congressperson Chisholm was very influential. She ran for office in 1964 and was elected to serve in the New York legislature. She was only the second person the second African American in the New York State legislature in 1964. And she didn't stop there necessarily. She didn't stop there. She continued on, and about 8 years later, she's going to end up running for president of the United States. And so Mrs. Chisholm here was the first African-American woman, but not just the first African-American woman, the first woman, period, to seek the nomination for the president of the United States. And I'm sure that she knew that this was going to result in some difficulty. And so what happens is that despite the difficult road that lied ahead, she utilized the power of perseverance. And the difficulty that lied ahead lied in discrimination. And basically, the people discriminated against her running for president of the United States because of who she is, a Black woman. And so in 1972, when she's running for the presidential nomination for the Democratic Party, she faces this discrimination. She's not allowed to participate in televised primary debates until she takes legal action. And basically what that means is that she asks the courts to intervene on her behalf because they were violating her rights. And the court sided with her, and she was permitted to make just one speech. Now, I'm not sure how many other speeches everybody else was able to make, but she was able to make one televised speech. And in that televised speech, she entered 12 primaries and was able to get 152 delegate votes. Which is only 10% of the total votes that are possible. But despite facing difficulties of having an underfinanced campaign and the discrimination she faced, she persevered. And in doing so, she left that legacy, right? And it took a lot of courage for Miss Chisholm to even take that first step, especially with the fact that the Civil Rights Act had only been passed a few years later, which guaranteed that no state could deny the right to vote to African Americans or to anyone based on the color of their skin. And so that's a powerful story about perseverance. And so I'm going to encourage you all here today to take in the MLK quote and take in the definition of perseverance and really strive to overcome those obstacles. Life happens and sometimes things don't go our way, but it's, as Dr. King said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. No matter what, keep moving forward. And the important thing is that there are people around you who will help. As we saw with Miss Chisholm, and as we'll see as we continue to look throughout and celebrate Black History Month. So thanks for joining me today. Have a great day. And persevere.
That's it for today. Have a great day. And remember,
we are responsible for our